Oh, hello fellow YouTubers. It's Thursday, Feb 22nd, and hasn't been a bad sort of day today. It's been quite mild. Actually, I got a lot of things done today. Little jobs, heaps of little jobs. But anyhow, at the moment, I'm just getting ready to watch one of my favourite TV shows. It happened to be a cooking show. Yeah, I don't watch much TV. I always watch the news and the current affair. But this one is MKR, My Kitchen Rules. I really enjoyed it. The camaraderie between some of the teams, and the bickering, and the in-house fighting, and the one-upmanship and all this sort of stuff. The in-house faction fighting, the whole, it's all good stuff. Oh, it's all great stuff. Right, anyhow, I didn't have, not long since I've had dinner. But I'm just finishing it off with one of my favourite little sweets. Yeah, a Mars bar, little mini Mars bar. I like Mars bars, I really do. In fact, I like chocolate, only milk chocolate bar. I don't like dark chocolate. You know why I don't like dark chocolate? It's pure psychological, I think. It goes way, way back. When I was a child, with my brother and sister, our parents used to, I assume it was because they were convinced that it kept us regular. They used to give us a laxative. It was called laxettes. Only tiny little square little things they were, of putridness as far as I was concerned. They we used to line up side by side and they would pop them into our mouths. Well, my brother and sister loved them. But me, they made me vomit. But yeah. Parents can get it so wrong sometimes. Why would you want to give kids laxettes? If they're eating properly, they don't need laxettes. But that's what Mum and Dad were like. We also used to get a dose of Rawley's white emulsion. I liked that. That was nice. It was full of all this goodness stuff, Goody stuff, and vitamins and minerals and all this sort of stuff. But anyhow, I've never liked milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I don't like coffee either. And I tried coffee, and I just don't like it. I'm a tea drinker from way, way back. So I think I've digressed a bit and I've got myself lost here. Yeah, I'm going to watch my favourite show, MKR. But this video, it's about one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century. Although I'm not quite sure if it's an invention or an innovation, but I'll call it an invention. Without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest invention of the 20th century was penicillin. Alexander Fleming named it penicillin in 1926. I've done my research yet. But there was nothing new about the substance that came from mould. In fact, usage of it goes back some 2,400 years. They didn't know what it was in those days, and well, they didn't really know what it was until the likes of Alexander Fleming isolated it and called it penicillin. He wasn't alone, of course. He wasn't the only one, but he did name it penicillin. But there are others involved with it as well. I'll just read them. There was Ernst Chain, Howard Florey, Norman Heatley, and Edward Abraham. All this information's on Wikipedia, so you can check if you wish. Yes, penicillin saved countless numbers of lives since its inception worldwide. Countless numbers of lives. Undeniable. On the other hand, and again, I'm not actually sure that it was an invention or it was an innovation, but whatever, it was fantastic. And I would get down on my hands and knees and kiss the shoes of Robert Adler and Eugene Poley, because they invented the mute button, in 1955. And the first mute button appeared on the television remote in 1956. Of course, it would be a decade before we here in Oz had the mute button. But I can say that the mute button uncategorically has saved the sanity of countless numbers of people all over the world since its inception, including me. Now, I'm watching a television show here, a television show I like, and the ads have come on, and of course I've hit the mute button. Here it is on my remote, right here, right up here. And there's some light on it. There it is. That little button right there saved the sanity of countless people over the world for decades. Now, the commercials are bad enough, but I think the worst time of all is when there are elections, whether it's local, state or federal elections. Oh, God, the amount of advertising that comes on, it just drives you absolutely nuts. And it would if it wasn't for this mute button. This tiny little black button right here. Well, I think that's about it. I want to thank you for watching. Now I've got to put this all together because I recorded a couple of other segments before this. Oh, the noise in the background is the tower fan going once again, but I'm going to say it's a little bit warm down here. I'm just looking at the weather here. Oh, we might have some rain, decent rain tomorrow. But I hope so. We could use some decent rain here. We could also send positive vibes for Cape Town, South Africa, because their dam is less than 13% capacity and they're on tight water restrictions and they think that they will run out of water within 90 days. So we need to send some positive thoughts for a lot of rain for Cape Town. And that, I think it's a 3-year drought they've been having. So, yeah, it's positive vibes for Cape Town for the rain, the precipitation comes for you. So once again I want to thank you for watching. But I've already said that, but that's alright. I want to thank you for watching. It's like a repeat, isn't it? Why don't you just hit the mute button? And until next time, bye for now. What was I saying before? Oh yes, I had